Yeah.
Okay, on 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3,
4.
Fuck you. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Marty and the Pillow Talkers are back again to do another video. Cheers for watching the last one. We had a great response from the last one. Plenty of views and plenty of comments, and yeah, so we're back for more. So
We're back for more. We're back to give you more.
back to give you more.
Back to inject.
So what's on the menu today, Dwayne?
Menu. Oh, wow. Well, do you want me to start? Is that
No, just tell the people.
Oh, sci-fi. Sci-fi.
Okay.
Ski-fi.
Sci-fi.
Ski and fiction.
This is not our favourite sci-fi films of all time.
Far from it.
No.
This is the sci-fi films that we really like,
Yeah.
but are not the ones that are in everybody's list.
Yeah.
At least some of them are.
Yeah.
There's going to be the odd one that will be on everyone's list because we just can't help but love them. But we've tried to kind of delve deep into ones that
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
There's a few here you
You've tried
haven't
your
seen.
hardest.
trying our hardest.
So yeah. Okay, as per usual, Dwayne, the Irish guy, he's gonna get. He's
So
gonna
someone called me the Irish guy, didn't they,
Yeah,
Martin?
the Irish guy,
The
yeah.
Irish guy. You're Irish.
I
too,
don't know
like.
where I'm from then.
Pete is Irish as well,
Yeah.
even though he talks funny. But
Mightn't
that's,
sound it, but
that's
yeah.
a sore point, isn't
I
it?
put on this accent for the channel.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
got
yeah,
a twang.
yeah.
I
Okay,
have notions.
You tan.
Yeah.
Dwayne, you
I
can go
don't
first.
actually. I go bright red.
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm starting off with. I'm going to use my phone because we don't have a copy of this movie.
We don't have a copy of this movie.
And that's very science fiction-y.
I'll try.
yeah,
I'll try and science fiction the name down there. Write it down.
Yeah.
Science fiction. The name down there. My first choice is a film called Life.
Picture of his wife on the phone.
Line.
Life. By the way, my choice of movies. My wife Sarah was a huge. Are you alright?
A huge rock.
A huge influence with choosing these because she's a huge sci-fi nut. So shout out to Sarah
Okay.
and the Xenomorph.
The Life film. It's not the Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence Life.
No,
No,
Okay.
that's not
Because
sci.
that's not really sci-fi.
Not really sci-fi. Life. I'm just going to read this out because this is
the name of the game.
this is Nicropedia.
Okay.
Shortened version.
Yeah, Life is it's an American science fiction horror directed by Daniel Espinosa
Right.
with Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson,
Is
Ryan
this-
Reynolds.
Is this new thing now where you just read Wikipedia or?
No,
Yeah.
it's not. No, it's not because I don't have it. I don't know. Would we be able to see that?
Hold it up there and we'll see.
It's
Zoom in on it. That's really small.
So just when did this movie come out?
2017, and the tagline is "We're better off." Do you think you're better off alone?
And were they better off alone or not?
Yeah, they were because basically they're on a ship. Now this
Okay.
is I haven't seen this film in a few years.
Spaceship or sea ship?
Spaceship, man.
Okay.
And I haven't seen it in a few years, but they discover some sort of life form. It basically looks like if someone jizzed in zero gravity. It just looks like a little ball of jizz just going around the place.
I seen some of that in your bedroom when I went.
I think I'm drinking or something.
Have you checked for aliens in your house?
No, my bedroom is in zero gravity, but they basically they take it in.
Right.
Now, as I said, it's been a few years since I've seen this movie, so I'm actually kind of forgetting a bit of it now. But they take it in and they put it in like something you put.
Hostel.
No, something you put a turtle in, like a
shell.
like a container, a glass container
yeah.
thing. And they're watching it. It starts to move and it starts to kind of develop.
Right.
And then it becomes more of a the jizzy substance starts turning into kind of it has like fins and like it looks quite angelic.
Oh.
And they're kind of noticing that it's beginning to evolve and all that. You've seen it, am I right, Martin?
Yeah,
Haven't they?
yeah.
And there's even there's a horrible scene where they have the those experiment boys, like the
Scientists.
scientists. And they, when they're trying to do experiments and things, they put their arms into their gloves that go inside the things.
Yeah.
They're even doing that, and the creature thing grabs around one of the arms and it crushes his hand, and it's really horrible. And he pulls his hand out, and his hand just goes like a full marigold that's just kind of, just floppy.
Yeah.
What happens at the end, Martin? I can't remember.
I can't honestly remember.
But they kind of try and blow it up, don't they?
The marigold or the.
No, the alien.
globe.
The alien. It's basically it's a really good movie that I just suddenly remember that I can't remember much of.
Yeah.
But I remember enjoying it, and Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds,
Ryan Reynolds for a bit. We don't want to spoil it.
You've
But,
not sold it to me, though.
Yeah, I liked the movie. I had it. I got rid of it. Reason being because I've seen this type of movie a million times. A creature gets loose on a ship. It's very alien-esque.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the sea scientists are trying to catch it before it kills everybody on the ship. Blah blah blah.
I suppose it is. Now that you just kind of burst my bubble, because I was like,
Sorry.
because I was about to say, like, you know what? Because they think it's dead and then it evolves. But then you're like, then of course that happens in Alien, doesn't it?
It happens a lot.
Because it's inside someone, then it comes out, then it evolves and it gets bigger. So it does like,
Yeah.
it's basically Alien. Only
It
with
is.
like a clump of jizz that just develops into something beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful but twisted.
Good choice.
It's not really, Martin.
Yeah.
Not really a good choice.
Let us know if you've seen Life and what you think of it.
Fuck's sake, that's just that went down like a fart in a fucking lift, didn't it?
Yeah.
Martin, you're fucking
Life
doing
is
that.
life.
Life is life. Perfect.
Okay, let's move on to mine then. Now, you can tell you know what I've picked, but I picked a few older movies because I'm a bit older, and
Okay.
these kind of movies are a bit nostalgia to me. I remember seeing them on TV all the time when I was growing up.
We took Martin out of the nursing home to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my first movie is from 1976. You've probably seen it already because I've waved it that much. But my first movie is Logan's Run.
Never seen
Now,
it.
you guys have never seen
No.
this.
Never
I've
seen
seen
it.
bits of it.
Right.
I've seen bits of it, but I've seen bits of it that when I've turned it on and I flicked around and I've been like, "What's happening?
Yeah.
What's going
Well,
on?"
I'll give you the pretense of
The-
this.
the
This is
premise.
a dystopian future where they worship youth. So it's an angelic, idealistic life. Everything is available to you.
So you'd be fucked.
It's great. yeah, totally. I wouldn't be here. I'll tell you in a minute why. But yeah, so it's a kind of a dystopian, futuristic
bone.
city. I didn't think you had one.
Oh,
So it stars
Yeah,
Jenny
God.
Agutter from American Werewolf in London fame.
oh yeah.
Michael York
From Austin.
Austin Powers, apparently.
Hello,
And
Austin.
loads of other stuff. Farrah Fawcett out of Charlie's Angels. From Charlie's Angels in it.
Fawcett.
But yeah, back to the city. So it's all this big city, futuristic city. Everything's there that they need and all that. But the only downfall is you've got this little kind of red little dot on their hands, a little light. But
Right.
when your light goes out, you are terminated.
I fell yesterday.
And your light goes out when you're 30. Anybody over 30 is gone, is doomed.
So it's like living in Victorian times.
Well, pretty much. No,
Yeah.
If you reach
would-
the age of 30, you're a real old cunt.
yeah, but you die from consumption or some other shit. This one here, you enter this kind of ritual and you get killed.
Oh,
You sacrifice yourself at the age of 30.
And does the natural kind of consequences of getting rid of all the wisdom from, like, does it kind of spiral out and...
I'm just going to tell you what happens.
Yeah, go on. Fair.
So Logan is a Sandman. So Sandman are basically police. That's what they're called, the Sandman.
Right.
He's Logan 5, and then you've got runners. So that's people who are trying to escape the system, basically, who don't
Yeah.
want to sacrifice themselves at 30.
okay.
They're trying to escape, and these guys run after him. That's why it's Logan's Run. So Logan feels the same way when he gets to 30, and he goes on a run, and he takes.
Oh, I thought you
Jenny
were
with
going to
him.
say. I thought you were going to say he had
So-
like he had like a pen, like a goat run.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
let the
yeah.
goats run
He was
No.
free range.
Yeah, free range.
range.
Yeah,
Logan
chicken
Logan
run.
was
Chicken
free
run.
range, yeah.
Yeah.
Logan's Run, free range in brackets. But yeah, so that's where it's about. Then there's Sandmen after him and the girl. They escape this futuristic city, and
Not that I'm interested.
I don't want to ruin it, but
I'm a fan.
It does sound really good.
they find older people.
Oh, find people like you.
Peter Ustinov is in this.
What? Not that I'm interested, but what sort of character does Farrah Fawcett play in it? She's a very pretty lady.
I think she's a medic in it. a
Is
nurse.
that her?
That's her there. Yeah, I think she's a medic in it. But yeah, I seen this movie
She
loads
still
of
has
times
the
when I was
amazing
growing
hair,
up.
man, doesn't she?
think I watched
the
this.
Farrah Fawcett, the Charlie's Angels hair. Look at that.
Is she still alive?
I know she's still.
Is she still alive?
Don't know.
Don't know. That was
No.
76, like so.
Oh, she's beautiful.
But yeah, seen it loads of times when I was growing up, and I always loved the movie. I watched it last year again, and it still holds up really
Holds
well.
up well, is it?
I don't know who wrote the novel. I might have written it down. William F. Nolan, some sci-fi writer, wrote it.
That was a
But
novel.
it's great.
He's,
It really is good if you haven't seen it. I'd say the first time to see it is brilliant. You know, I'm really kind of
This
pissed I didn't see it.
the New York Times says it's jazzily effective.
Jazzily effective.
Yeah.
jazzily effective.
And even poetic.
Is it poetic, Martin?
It is poetic.
Is it quotable?
No, I need to watch that. I think.
I think
that
you
sounds
do.
exactly
It's a
right.
great movie. If you're into sci-fi, 70s sci-fi, which is where all the classic sci-fi is for me, 60s and 70s.
So, are the leaders of the world exempt from this thing,
You
or
don't-
are they under?
That's one thing I just remember about. You don't actually see like a governing place. This thing is going on when you get into the movie, and you just take it for what it is. There's no like
Yeah.
government power that you see. There's no big boss guys or anything like that. You know what I mean? This thing's going on. This city's going.
You'd imagine there's loads of children then that kind of don't have any parents at the age of.
People don't even know what an old person looks like. In it.
Wow.
It's really good. Check it out. 1976 Logan's Run. Peter, you're
So it's a
on.
Calvin Town, basically, is it?
Yeah, at the moment, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
My pick for the first movie,
Mm-hmm.
I think. You've both seen this,
Oh,
haven't you?
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Is I think one of the very best
getting ready to applaud.
sci-fi films ever. It's kind of current day. My favorite type of sci-fi is near future or current future.
Yeah.
That is
Even if it's set in a dystopian, even if it's like
dystopian is my favorite.
Yeah, but set in modern in our time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is possibly one of the best films. There's two films here that I think is possibly in my top 10.
Are they both in your
Post-millennium.
Are they both in your pile?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
The first is District 9.
Okay.
I think District 9
Yeah.
is just one of the most kind of masterfully told
Yeah.
stories that sci-fi has ever done, I think.
When I was asking Sarah for help with my list of sci-fi movies, and you had chose your lists already, immediately Sarah, the first one she went to was District 9. Like everyone, just when you think sci-fi, I think a lot of people immediately go to it.
Yeah.
It's one of the best.
I think it should be up there, and it will, I think, in the future with all the big hitters like Alien and all that. I think the kind of social commentary that's running at the time, the kind of division or the kind of leftovers
segregation
of apartheid Africa. But like now you think of Ireland and the way the media talk about immigrants and refugees and stuff. Like it's
Same
just
thing.
a fucking fantastic film, I think.
Yeah.
The effects are brilliant. The story's brilliant. The kind of you imagine aliens to come to Earth and be this overpowering race or whatever, and it doesn't kind of work out for them.
Yeah, but even the redemption arc in it as well, like.
And the cliffhanger ending. Like I really hope they don't ruin this.
No.
And bring back a shit sequel where something happens. District 10.
I don't think so.
It doesn't need one.
It doesn't need one. It's a great standalone.
But if they do, and they do it well, that would be my most anticipated.
They could do it well if they wanted.
Yeah.
It's one of these things. It would take a lot of thinking, but I think if they put the effort they put into making the original with like the ideas they had, I think they could do a good sequel.
You definitely need the directors and producers again because the gap between the year gap, as we talked in other videos, will fuck it up big time. It will.
They could totally leave it just as it is, and it's still a masterpiece.
Oh yeah.
But it leaves so many questions, and it's like.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
I think it does because it lets you kind of. It still has a satisfying ending though, even though.
It does.
What happens, but it's still
satisfying. It does, but it's the biggest cliffhanger ending, I think. Without giving away too much.
Yeah.
Just the return or not return, and
yeah.
I think the fact that it's set in South Africa, Johannesburg as well.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's just the best.
It wouldn't be the same. Imagine if that was set in Dublin.
Yeah, but somewhere like Dublin could work as well.
Oh yeah.
It's always like you watch, kind of Independence Day. It's always New York. London,
Washington,
Paris. Whereas this, it just felt alien as well. Because it's an environment and like a place that you never really see.
Yeah,
it just felt. Even
and I'm
otherworldly.
sure Johannesburg is a beautiful city, but it has it's edgy.
Are you saying it might have its problems?
Oh, it has.
Every city has.
Like historical or.
It's historical and present, but it's definitely rough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And every city does, as Martin pointed out, every city does. But I think you said something there. It really ties into the segregation and apartheid that the African people did suffer as well. You know, it ties into that.
But I think it also shows the ladder of segregation.
Oh yeah.
So how the new kind of face of immigration or need or the easy scapegoat
Is the-
unifies all the people, including the people who were segregated before.
themselves as well,
Yeah.
and still segregated.
Yeah.
Because even you had the gangs
Yeah.
in that as well, who were also historically segregated
Yeah.
against. Yeah.
I think this one, again, like I am waxing flipping lyrical about this, but I think the story is so good that it doesn't. You don't normally find that in sci-fi.
No.
Like you find clever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't find that kind of content.
They don't usually hit on that kind of
Did
issues.
you know one of the
sci-fi
main interesting facts about this movie is Charlton Copley. That's how you say his name, isn't it?
Chris Martin.
It's Charlton Copley.
Yeah.
He didn't have a script for this. He ad-libbed. He ad-libbed every one of his lines.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he didn't.
You can kind of see it actually.
You can see it because you see he wanted the way it starts off in like documentary style.
Yeah.
But that's not ruining anything. It kind of starts off.
Well, it does have a little bit of The Office.
It does. Yeah. So it starts off like that.
Yeah.
And very kind of innocent, and his character's quite innocent. But to get that kind of vibe, he wanted to ad-lib everything, and he wanted to. I think, as far as I know, he knew a kind of a rough overview of the script.
Yeah.
But he just went for it, and each take was different.
But his arc as well in the film.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like people don't give a shit about something until they're personally affected by something, and it's just a fucking masterpiece.
But I love as well that obviously he was personally affected, but his arc was like there is a big redemption kind of thing as well. He did end up.
Yeah.
He did care.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Yeah.
He was still personally affected, but that doesn't spoil anything.
No.
But
Next.
It's fantastic.
No, I love the movie. It's a
Yeah.
great movie. Great director.
Oh.
He's done loads of great films. So yeah, really good choice. Really good choice. Your next one.
My next one is just because I love this movie as a teenager, and it's not that it was it's not that it's scary. It's not that it's kind of, but I suppose at the time I'd never seen a movie like it. M. Night Shyamalan's
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Signs.
Signs.
A lot of people do love this film. It does divide opinion, I do feel.
I don't like it.
You're just.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, I liked it because, well, you see, it came out what year, and this is why I'm wearing my glasses actually, because I can actually read things now. So I can't fucking read when it came out.
Because the read things, you don't get it very much.
Yeah.
You start from the top. Just.
Cool.
Do you want me to have a look while you talk?
Yeah. What year did it come out? Was that like 02 or 03, wasn't it?
Well, it must be, yeah.
Yeah. I like it because
you're in it.
well, you see, Mel Gibson, Mr. Racist, Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Is he? I'm joking.
I don't know. We'll say 1935.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what year Signs was out.
He plays an ex-pastor who owns a corn farm. He's basically a corn farmer.
Yeah.
And so is Jack Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
And
is that his brother or his brother-in-law? It's something like that.
It's his brother.
Right.
And then Kieran Culkin, and then the wee sweetheart from what's that other film where she goes in the beauty pageant. What's?
Abigail Breslin.
Yeah. She's a wee sweetheart in that film, and she's adorable. And they're a family that live together, and he's an ex-pastor that has lost his wife. Don't know where she's gone.
In the cornfield.
No.
She died in a car crash.
She died in a car crash.
That's
not
just
ruining the whole film.
That's not spoiling.
You got to really say she dies in a car crash.
Yeah, she died. Yeah.
As if it's real. So basically alien invasion kind
it's
of thing.
Close encounter.
Yeah, and there's some good kind of
tension.
There's great tension. I suppose in a way the twist at the end is in as far as M. Night Shyamalan's twist. I'm just thinking of it now. Ooh, it's kind of silly.
I think all of this film is silly. I think I suppose I've watched it twice.
Yeah.
And I can't get on with it. It has this bit I remember saying before, like the kind of the alien's hand comes under the door, and it's like it just looks like fucking asparagus stems coming under. It's like, is that it? Like
yeah.
And then the way the way they work out with the past present, so there's a time mechanic in this.
Yeah.
And it's just
I can watch it without thinking about it. You know, it's one of those movies.
It's a veg out film.
If you ask me to name 10 brilliant great films with the aliens of any sorts in them, this would not be on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's okay, but it's not one of those great movies.
I just think
what's your favourite Shyamalan film?
See, I'm actually not a big fan of M. Night Shyamalan.
Nobody is.
I love, but I will say I love Unbreakable. Is that the one with
yeah, Will Smith.
I think that's it.
Bruce Willis.
You say Will Smith? Will Smith.
I knew there was a Will somewhere.
Bruce
There's a Will.
Bruce Will Smith.
Sorry,
I think Unbreakable is a fantastic film.
Sorry.
I think it's a
good.
classic. But I think it's probably the best film he's
I
ever
think
done.
Sixth Sense is probably the best, but it's
I'm not
unwatchable.
I'm not a big fan of
it's
Sixth
only
Sense.
a one-time watch, unfortunately.
He's very hit and miss.
What about The Happening? Did you like The
I
Happening?
did
It's
not.
awful.
I fucking hated The Happening.
nothing's happening,
Is that the
It
one
was
with-
such a good idea if it had been done right.
Is that the one when the man lies in front of a lawnmower and gets crossed?
Yeah.
Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah.
She's the only good thing about that movie, and it's still not that.
That is one of those films. So you get these kind of movies that come out and they'll get like a scientific kind of theory and they'll bend it to the flipping high heavens. So evolution's happened. Like now all the plants are after us.
But that's been built like an old lollipop stick. That movie, like it's terrible. Like it's so like I'm not actually a huge fan of M. Night Shyamalan. I really aren't. But I just remember that movie having when I seen it in the cinema. And I think I was 15, and I remember just going, oh, I've never seen a film.
Yeah,
it's a 5 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, and now I would watch it now, and I would be like, I'd kind of take it or leave it, but I would watch it when it's on TV because it has that kind of nostalgic.
But sometimes you can't explain why you like a film,
just
or why you
like
dislike it. If you like it, you like it, kind of thing.
I just like it, and it has that nostalgia for me, so I really like it.
I'm gonna save this video with the next one. Sorry, Dwayne. I'm gonna save it with the next film.
Yeah.
Funny bone. Okay, so I'm not gonna. This is old. Well, it's
not as old as you, Martin.
No, fuck you. This is 37 years old now. This film, hard to believe, isn't it? So I'm gonna show a classic.
1987.
I'm gonna show RoboCop. Yeah,
it's the
from
same age as me.
1987. Same age as you.
Yeah, I'm 37. Yeah.
So you're as old as fuck too.
Sure,
not as old as you, Martin.
OCP on the back. So yeah, classic movie. What's there to say about this?
It's RoboCop.
It's RoboCop. It's fucking class. Oh, got all this shit in. You know that. Anyway, yeah, I love this movie. Peter Weller, Nancy Allen. Nancy Allen.
You have to break it.
Yeah. Nancy Allen. Just classic. And the guy out of that 70s show, what's his name? Kurtwood Smith.
Yeah.
He's a bollocks in this, isn't he?
He's great. He's a good villain.
Yeah.
He's a really good
But
villain.
this is brilliant. This is as violent as they come.
I love the theme tune. He's a robot and he's a cop.
Not really going to explain this much. It's a fucking robots that is developed for the street that end up using part of a hand pass machine.
like the fucking the ones that sweep the street up and down here. Robots.
8 o'clock in the morning, you see me up and down the street.
McBrain's environmental. Shout out to McBrain's.
It's fucking so violent. Like, it's
great.
great.
It's great.
Like, you know, it's got some great one-liners, which I can't remember any of them of. Do you remember any lines from it?
You're under arrest. I do remember the scene. One scene that always sticks out in my mind that I seen probably when I was too young, probably about the age of 8 or 9, was the bit when your man gets absolutely pulverized.
Oh, shoot his hands off and stuff.
His face and everything, you know, by the
machine up in the office, like
and he gets absolutely minced to bits.
There's some crazy scene when they shoot the cops Murphy's hand off as well.
Oh yeah,
bananas. But it's just a brilliant movie. It's one of those classics you can watch any bloody time.
When they drive through the sloppy boy, you know, the fella that
toxic waste.
The fella that falls and they just go.
I think this is one of the best kind of gore fests for like in the science fiction genre.
Yeah, Paul Verhoeven, brilliant director. Did he do Starship Troopers? I think he did.
Do you think it was an intentional? I mean, this is a funny question because you said gore fest. Do you think?
I feel was it intentional, or was that just the time kind of thing?
Yeah. Like, was it an intentional? Because it really is a gore fest. That you really have to it's it's awful.
It is. It's very violent,
very graphic. You know.
But I remember like I watched this when I was in like primary school, and everybody else had seen it. Whereas like you couldn't imagine kids watching that. I'm pretty sure that my parents would have seen me watch that as well.
I think going back to the gore fest thing, I think you would have only had films with that amount of gore in the horror genre, like with like Hellraiser or something like that, you know, compared to because like, for an action film or sci-fi,
it is the kind of buddy cop film between the relationship between your woman and your man Murphy and what the fuck her name is. But anyway, most cop movies, we get someone, we get shot in them.
Yeah.
But this just like went overkill altogether.
Jesus.
This will shoot you 100 times. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They really up the fucking ante on it. Like, you know
I
what
do remember
mean?
when I watched it when I was a bit older, like in my teen years, and when you see the scene when he's getting shot to bits, and then you realise the scene after, oh, he's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah, shoot him in the head. He's still alright.
Did you play any of the video games?
Oh,
I
no.
don't think so.
There was the home computer, like the Commodore, the arcade. Really good. They just released a new RoboCop game that's based, I think, like I've not played it, but I've heard good things. That's based around this. Yeah.
What's it called? Super RoboCop.
RoboCop Returns.
I wouldn't surprise me if there is a Super RoboCop.
Yeah, that sounds like something that would be. But yeah, it's one of those movies. It's got so much rewatchability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It has, like, you know, there's other movies like Signs there you can watch it and go, I've never seen it again, I don't care. But this, you could watch the whole time. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to put in RoboCop. Absolutely love it. It's
fantastic.
It's
Another movie when it's on TV.
It's an absolute classic movie.
Never seen the second one.
The second and third one are really good.
I've never seen them.
They're really good. Yeah. Surprised I never made a TV series. Probably too violent.
Yeah, I would be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me if it does exist, and we just don't know about it.
Yeah, maybe. But then, classic of '87, RoboCop.
Okay. My second film is my favourite John Hughes film.
Okay, John Hughes in the sci-fi section. Interesting. What is it? I wonder. I'm asking the audience.
I know what it is.
I think. Again, like you don't think of science fiction and teen comedy and stuff.
No.
And I think this kind of set the imagination of every child.
Yeah. Definitely a coming of age movie as well. Like
coming of age.
Yeah.
But just the possibilities and the wonders of the 80s. Like I think I really miss that about 80s films. You're like anything. No one would question.
No. Yeah.
Like,
no one questions 80s movies.
No.
Absolutely.
And at the time, like you like that's far fetched. Well, it's like I don't know how that decade of films got away with kind of making like really kind of illogical leaps.
Yeah.
But I wish we would go back that way a little bit.
Mm.
Weird science.
Hey.
Do you know what? I think it's okay to say this, but Many's a teenage boy's sexual awakening as well. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just what's her name?
Kayla Brock, is it?
Kayla Brock.
Yeah. Just beautiful, like.
Just a fucking fantastic.
Oh, fantastic movie! Yeah.
Your favourite, Bill Paxton, is in it? Bill Paxton's in. He's the brother in this, is he?
Is he? Fuck,
He
is
is,
he?
yeah.
I haven't seen this film in ages. I know there's the guy from.
He's the ginger guy's brother, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then the ginger guy, he's the fella that's in St. Elmo's Fire and in the Breakfast Club. Isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, I think John used him a lot. Not used him a lot.
knowledge.
Just got woke.
But I think this current day stuff. I think it also. Like the use of home computers and how little the public understood how weak their home computer was to the stuff they were doing.
Yeah.
And my brother once told me we had a Commodore 64, right? And he told me that he like hacked. It's like, I've hacked into the Pentagon or something like that. He hacked it. Like this wasn't connected to the phone line or nothing. It was like
Broderick.
You're like, what's the Pentagon?
Yeah, but it was like hacked in, but like. This was just a standalone. It's like hacking into the Pentagon on a calculator.
Yeah.
But at the time, it's like, wow. You have to show me how it's done.
You know what you can do in a calculator? Right.
Boobies.
80085.
Yeah. Shell.
What?
You can do shell as well.
Who the fuck
Yeah,
wants?
shell.
Who the fuck wants?
Who
the fuck wants to shell?
That was only 2 words you could do in a calculator.
Boobs. Shell.
Look at this, lads.
Shell.
Shell.
Shell, yeah.
Shell.
There you go.
So what do you think? Do you think this could
I
be
like
his
it,
best
but there is better John Hughes films for
Like
me. Like 16 Candles.
Like what? Oh, fuck off. Is St. Elmo's Fire John
No,
Hughes film? It's terrible.
I don't think so.
I fucking hate St. Elmo's Fire. The funny thing is, and I'm going to throw an arc into this, is that even the tagline there, it says, it's purely sexual. Okay? You know
This is
what
where I
I'm
was
saying?
going. This is where I was going.
Yeah. We're thinking the same way.
Yeah, I wanted to snare you in. Can I just carry on? And then if I'm wrong, you can
Yeah.
take over.
Yeah.
So you do like this film?
I do, yeah.
Do you think this is more inappropriate than Leon, the Professional?
I think it is, yeah. I think it's because those boys are, what age are they supposed to be in that movie? 14, 15?
15, yeah.
Yeah. And she's a grown up woman. It's funny because this is where I'm going to flip it over.
Yeah.
If
She's not really a woman though, so that's one thing.
I know, but if they were two girls 15-year-old girls, and they were nerds, and they programmed a dude to come out.
Yeah, have you seen the part where they're programming her?
Yeah.
It's like there's like a real crude animation of how big they want the breast
boobs,
to be.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like,
yeah. Could you imagine that as a knob? Like, but you know what I mean? It just shows you kind of how it turns. Like at the end of the day, it's if you really look at the concept of this movie, it's quite a creepy movie.
I agree.
Times, though.
Yeah.
But I still love it.
Oh, as I said, and whether you like it or not, when you're a 14, 15-year-old watching this movie, you're just going, oh my god! Like
it's the best thing ever.
The soundtrack to this movie as well.
Yeah. But is that what you were thinking about the art?
Yeah, I was hoping. Yeah,
it is. The concept is very creepy.
Yeah,
it is creepy.
Let's say if you broke down a lot of 80s movies, you'd be.
Have you got this
similar
soundtrack?
No.
Who's in the soundtrack?
It's your man's. What's his name?
Who?
Lenny Kravitz.
No.
In 80s.
It's going to come back to me halfway through the episode.
Go on.
But yeah, really good soundtrack.
Richie Kavanagh.
No, who's the racist?
Oh, that guy.
Oh, actually, we can't say it.
No, we can't. Go on, keep going.
He doesn't really like that, but we do know an unintentionally racist singer.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, we can't say it.
Yeah, we can't say it.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
yeah, weird science.
Next.
Interesting choice.
Yeah,
you know, if you were talking sci-fi, I probably would have went. If I'd been doing comedies, I would have went. For that more so than
I didn't want to be
sci-fi.
just.
Yeah, no, you're right. Anything.
Jesus, Martin, you're shitting
science.
over everything you're fucking saying. What the fuck's with you today?
No.
Are you on your fucking period?
Jesus, what's your next film, man?
My next movie. Now, film. We like.
Yet again, I wouldn't have jumped into this for sci-fi.
That's it, because Martin, we were having a chat when Martin stopped shitting over my fucking choices. I'm only joking, Martin. We were talking about like this is definitely included in the sci-fi horror genre. The Mist, based on the Stephen King. Is it a short story and a novel? I think it's a novel. Is it?
Don't know.
One or the other.
Yeah.
Novella, short story, or a novel.
Yeah.
I really like this movie. It is a sci-fi horror though.
Yeah.
I thought it could be included in this because it's sci-fi technically. You can do because that one there is like the one that you choose. Like
they're your motherfucking choices, man.
Huh?
Yeah,
they're your choices.
Your choices.
Yeah, but your one is like a sci-fi kind of goofy romantic kind of thing.
Teen com.
Yeah. The Mist, written and directed by Frank Darabont, which is probably not how you pronounce his name. A tight,
Did Shawshank Redemption,
tense fright flick that has more intelligence and originality than 1,000 Saws. That's not good because Saw isn't a good movie. I don't like Saw.
Saw 1's a great movie.
I'm not a fan of it.
Saw 1 was good for it, yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about my movie.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yes, basically a town, and a mist descends on the town, and in the mist there is otherworldly vaping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically you going.
Yeah.
Connell Street, just
Otherworldly creatures in the mist.
Right.
Yeah.
And it transpires.
Yeah.
I just make up a word. Transpires that it's government science boys up in a science place that interdimensional kind of stuff.
Yeah, they open the gate.
It doesn't.
Portal.
Basically interdimensional travel. Portals and all that. I love this movie. I think it is very gory, very kind of body shock kind of stuff. There's parts when people get attacked by some of the creatures and just how they react to it as well. It's intense. There's there's a lot of tension in it when they do have to try and travel outside to get supplies. They all get trapped in a big shop with big glass windows. And obviously I can't spoil the ending, but the ending is one of the most harrowing movie endings.
It's unfucking believable. The ending
ever. Anyone I've watched this movie with, that obviously I know the ending, but they haven't. They always literally the ending. They always go thinking that there's something more coming, but it's not. It just ends.
Yeah.
And it is one of the most harrowing, heartbreaking endings in any movie.
Have you seen it?
No.
The last scene in this movie is just
and is it
fucking shocking.
Yeah.
It's absolutely love that movie.
For a horror, like they would often say horror movies generally don't have good endings, or they might have a twist that makes you go, ooh, there's something else going on.
Or leave it open for something else.
This one in a horror scenario has probably one of the best horror movie endings of anything.
It will. You'll be thinking about it for days.
Oh yeah, no, you'll never forget it.
how many science boys out of 10?
Oh, I would give this. This is one of my favorite. Like out of my list now. It's way better than Signs. No, this would be 10 out of 10 for me. This is like because I do love movies with creatures. Remember we said this before. I love creature feature movies. So like anything with creatures or otherworldly kind of things. I love that, and as far as endings go, one of the best horror movie ends in any movie or science fiction movies. So yeah,
I'll put that on the list.
Oh, it's definitely
absolutely fantastic. I love it.
Movie.
Yeah, 8.5 for me. Just I don't like giving that a 10 out of 10 because you're
too fucking cool for school.
No, but that's a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
If you showed me that movie and didn't tell me who wrote it, you could nearly guess it was Stephen King.
Yeah.
By the dialect, between the people, the whole converse, the music, everything about it is Stephen King.
Yeah.
And have you read
excellent.
I haven't read the thing.
Darabont a brilliant director. He did some of The Walking Dead.
Did he?
Shawshank Redemption. He's done
loads of good stuff. Did he do Shawshank?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's done more Stephen
King. He's a big. Yeah, he's done a good few Stephen King things.
I have heard though that the ending of the novella or the story is different, but I think it's a great making it his own. Definitely did with this movie.
I'll give it a watch.
Classic. Okay, I'm gonna jump back in time. No pun intended. So my movie is from 1960. Jump back in time. Okay. So I have picked classic. Did you get it? So I have picked a classic. Now this is more nostalgia for me. I've seen this one, not in 1960, obviously, but I've seen this so many times. This used to be on.
Back when you were in your 30s.
What was that channel? That was one of the satellite channels. TCM was it?
Or TNT.
Or TNT. One of those.
TCM attended.
Turner Classic Movies. This is forever on it. This was on like every 2 or 3 days. This bloody movie was on. So watch it loads. So this is H.G. Wells' The Time Machine. So this is the 1960 version. I know there's a new version with Guy Pearce and Samantha Mumba.
Oh yeah,
which actually isn't terrible.
Is it not?
It's not terrible.
I remember that coming out.
It's not great either. But
what was your favourite Samantha Mumba song?
I was listening. I was listening.
Back
to
something, was it?
Back something.
Back something.
Back in Black.
Harry Back. That's my favourite one.
I'm singing one of her songs in my head, but I don't know what it's called.
Well, just use your mouth to kind of project it. Okay.
Back for your love, is it?
Back for your love. I don't know.
I just made that up.
Back for your cock.
Oh Jesus!
Sorry.
That's Samantha Mumba. Hope you're not watching. Okay, so anyway, back to
She's not watching.
Imagine.
So this is basically just a a movie version of H.G. Wells' classic The Time Machine.
Novel, isn't it?
So yeah, Rod Taylor's in this. He's playing H.G. Wells himself. They call him George in it.
Right.
I don't think he's down. They call him H.G. or anything like that. He's just George. So he basically invents a time machine. He's a typical scientist studying time travel, the fourth dimension, which apparently does exist. Everything's not bad. Everything's everywhere.
Invents a time machine. Typical scientist.
Yeah. That's what he's trying to discover.
Knock one up in the...
So yeah. So for the time, 1960, amazing special effects.
Really?
It shows him on the time machine traveling through all different times.
Is this the one where he sits into the big thing?
Yeah, the big couch. The big couch looking chair. But it's a classic movie. Gives you a little bit of look of the whole Earth changing through the time, and then he ends up in this kind of futuristic. He ends up in 2027 or something like that. Yeah, I think so.
3 years.
I've read the book loads of times.
3 years from now,
he finds this this kind of peaceful, loving kind of what do you call it? Primitive nation. They're called the Eloi. They live on the kind of cliffs and all that. But
the Elon Musk.
Yeah, but as there's always, there has to be something bad. So there's just a kind of race of kind of fucking, dare I say it, after the last video, white apes.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
They're living underground kind of white ape kind of creatures called Morlocks.
Morlocks.
So he has to kind of defeat them, get his time machine back, and
they take the time machine.
The
Morlocks.
Yeah.
So he goes to the future in the
bastards.
primitive, or he goes to the past in the primitive?
He goes to the future in the primitive.
Nice.
So there's obviously the world ended, apocalyptic wise, and then
Do you think the alternative ending to Army of Darkness, or the original ending, whichever one that is, where they scoot forward?
I'm trying to think.
Do you think that's based on?
I'm trying to remember it.
You've not seen that?
I have seen the movie.
Yeah. You know the alternative ending though, when
what happens?
Does
Ash not come back in the end to our time?
He does. Yeah.
That's one of the endings.
Yeah.
But there's another ending where he gets he gets the speech like slightly wrong,
Yeah.
and they scoot forward
Okay.
to like a primitive, like post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
Is
And
that
he's in
one
a
where he has the
cave.
car?
No.
That's Back to the Future.
No, but he has a big. Does he not come out in a kind of a car or a tank at the end of it?
No.
In all the kind of leather and stuff and studs and all that, isn't it?
No.
He's
No,
kind
there's
of
one. He's got like a
he's
beard.
kind of a Mad Max kind of figure.
Yeah, we'll have a look after this.
Okay.
Sure.
Anyway, what film were we talking about? Yeah. Who directed this? George Pal produced this.
Is there a
George
cliche Irish or Scottish sidekick in it as well from all the movies of this?
There
kind
is,
of-
yeah.
Yeah, fucking
Yeah,
knew it. I knew
and
it.
he's got some great fucking Scottish
he
lines.
Scottish,
in it.
is he?
He's got some weird,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
not weird, but
You know,
It's a
like,
great
really,
Scottish-
really pronounced Scottish stuff.
Even
Like,
because remember in Journey to the Centre of the Earth, there's an Irish guy in that, and he's like,
Mm.
oh, you know, he's like the
yeah,
the
his
kind of
name's Alan Young.
the burly hero,
actor.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's in that. He's his mate, like, and he
Yeah.
just
Fucking
comes out
yeah,
with
yeah.
some weird lines.
Yeah, cool.
I can't do a Scottish accent, but yeah. But
All
really,
right,
really
Judge.
nostalgic number for me.
I've not seen this.
Yeah,
It's another one that I'm.
I mean, I know a lot of people that won't like, they don't like old movies. That hate, if you even mention 1960 to them, they'll just go fuck. You know,
Just
not watching it.
Just racist, man.
But you gotta watch old movies. Is where it started, man. Forbidden Planet, this kind of stuff, all class.
Yeah.
Love it,
I like it. Yeah.
love it.
Good
Also
choice.
on the list.
Good choice, Martin.
Also, this Chris is getting bigger.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. This is my favourite Schwarzenegger movie. My absolute favourite Schwarzenegger movie. It's another kind of near future. Martin has the VHS and the 4K.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think this is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Like
it
a
is.
real masterpiece.
It is. Yeah.
I like the way, I just love the world. I love the way the story kind of leaves you question afterwards, like what happened? Like you don't know what parts are real, what parts are not. It has a little bit of the Vanilla Sky to it.
Yeah.
Just an absolute flipping
Go
masterpiece.
over the very vague synopsis of this because I get confused with
Give us
it.
one.
Okay, so the synopsis of this is they offer kind of holidays
Oh yeah.
to other planets that are mental. Like
Mars in this one.
he goes to Mars.
Yeah. Okay, that's the one.
But you don't know
I
what
had to look
parts.
to see what movie you were doing. Go on.
You don't know what parts of the story are kind of actual experience or are just like virtual.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're being implanted, aren't you? Like with
Yeah.
a trip.
Yeah.
You don't have to actually go anywhere.
Yeah. But the trip breaks down and things are not as kind of rosy as possible. Like, is it like the bad things that happen in the story, like, are they just part of the trip to make him feel like a hero, to give him excitement
Oh
and stuff?
yeah.
And the whole thing is like you don't know what has occurred.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just
The only thing I'm thinking of is this movie with the three Diddies.
yeah.
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 No
That's your
picture.
favorite. That's
It's
everyone's
just
favorite bit.
everyone's
Everybody's
just,
favourite
but it's
bit.
not even everyone's favorite bit. It's just one that just sticks out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Three Diddies.
They did stick out. Yeah.
I think the effects for the time
Yeah.
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Is that the one with the bit with the bulging eyes as well? Like,
Yeah.
you know, when the
Yeah.
oxygen goes.
Yeah.
That's really
Oh,
funny
yeah.
because it still looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
But I love that dystopia. I wish this was a video game. Like if there was an RPG in
Oh,
this
yeah.
universe
Yeah.
with just this story, but elaborated and expanded on.
Yeah, you could do different characters and all.
Yeah.
I love this movie. I love the pacing of it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
right from the very word go, whatever length it is, hour and 40 minutes or so, there's no let up. You know what I mean? It's a good story and it keeps you engaged and it just, it moves along.
Yeah.
I hate films in fucking 2001.
And it sticks with you. Like it's one of those
It does, yeah.
movies that like I think about quite regular, and I'll watch it
Yeah.
like once a year maybe.
Imagine
Just walking down the street going,
Yeah.
Douglas Quaid.
I wonder how.
But even the
Arnold
scanner,
Schwarzenegger
in the
and
scanning scene in the airport going through that,
Yeah.
that'll always stick in your head,
Yeah.
like, and the
Yeah.
head, the exploding head, and giving too much of the film, but everybody's seen totally caught.
What did you think of the remake with Colin Farrell?
I didn't watch it.
I did watch it.
I didn't. I haven't. What do you think of it?
It's very poor, but I didn't hate it. Do you know what I mean? But if they had to put it out and didn't put Total Recall on it, it would have been an okay modern.
Would it have been a
sci-fi
good movie?
action.
Would it have been a good movie if it wasn't? If this movie here now, I know it sounds stupid.
No,
So-
if that never existed and just the other one come out, but then you've nothing to compare it to, so it would have been alright, I think. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? This was directed by Paul Verhoeven as well, who just directed RoboCop. Remember I was telling you?
All right.
I
So
think
he's a good director.
there's some films that it doesn't need a remake. I don't
No.
think, 'cause it still looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like re-release
it
or a
holds up so
a theatrical re-release would be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what you should do instead of
Yeah.
redo films.
Or just make something else in the same world.
I definitely think practical effects in this film are just some of the best
Yeah.
in any science fiction movie.
And even the stuff that is aged is still kind of
so
interesting.
good.
Yeah.
So good, yeah.
Yeah, it's class. It's a great movie.
good.
I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Great movie. Okay, right, Dwayne, you're up for your fourth one.
Right, I'm going to another, of course, one that Martin is like, why did you put that into this? It's a horror. What are you joking? I do love. I love you, man. No worries.
Go on.
John Carpenter's The Thing. It is a horror. It's a horror,
Yeah.
basically, but it's a sci-fi horror. I
Yeah.
think it is one of the best. Definitely one of the best sci-fi movies, I believe. As I said, there's obviously different genres of sci-fi, but it's just as a sci-fi, it's one of the best. I decided to do this one next after you talk about the practical effects of Total Recall.
Yeah.
I think as far as practical effects go,
Can't be beaten.
can't be beaten. One of the best. Still holds up extremely well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the creatures in it or any of the transformative parts, I don't think it could be done any better. If it was done with CGI, it would just look shite.
Did you see the prequel that was made with
I
CGI?
tried watching it. It's terrible. It's
bad.
terrible. I couldn't get through it. If for people who haven't seen it, and if you haven't seen it, I think you should. An Antarctic or Arctic, it doesn't really matter.
I think it's Antarctic
Antarctic.
Station.
Expedition, and they get stuck with a alien.
Yeah.
This is another one of those films.
in alien form.
We was talking about Blair Witch Project before, and it's like the environment is one of the bad
Characters.
guys,
Yeah.
whereas this feels like you may as well be on an alien planet, or there's something kind of just terrifying about the environment as well as the thing.
Yeah, it's the isolation of you. Where do you go?
They
You
also
can't get away from this. Like,
They also have the
that's
little nods that when they at the very start when they're trying, the dog is the carrier. I know it doesn't. It's at the very start. It doesn't really spoil it, but even there's a part in it when they go on a little trip to try and find where they, because it's an American base and a Norwegian base, isn't that it? It comes from the Norwegian base.
Yeah.
And they go there and they find where this thing came from.
Yeah.
A remake of A Thing from Another Planet, isn't that? That's
Was
what
it? Yeah.
the original was called.
Creature from Another Planet.
The Thing from Another
Thing from Another
Planet.
Planet. Okay.
I think it's called The Thing from Another Planet. It's on YouTube, the original movie.
Right.
The original Thing just basically looks like Frankenstein's monster, the way he just walks around and just terrorizes people on the I was going to say the Antarctic base
in Australia.
But yeah, as far as practical effects goes, storyline, gore,
music,
and shock,
everything.
Yeah.
Shock. I think
Tension.
just tension, but like and of course the twist of like who's real, who's been. I'm not going to say infected because it's not infection.
Yeah.
But who's real, who's been taken over, who's been snatched.
Yeah. Brilliant cast.
I watched this the first time about 2 years ago,
Really,
so I have absolutely no nostalgia goggles or whatever,
it's great, isn't
and
it?
it is fantastic.
It's
yeah.
just one of the
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
one of sci-fi, definitely one of my favorite.
Oh yeah,
movies of all
top
time.
3 movies of all time.
Yeah.
I suppose what else is there to say about it? It's just a great movie, and if you haven't
Fantastic.
watched it, you need to watch it.
Yeah.
Don't watch the prequel.
Do you think that's his best role?
As far as John Kurt
Yeah.
Russell's,
Yeah.
I love Kurt Russell in this. I think by far it's one of his best roles. Yeah, I think it's my favorite role of him in it. I don't really know many other Kurt Russell movies, to be honest with you.
Big Trouble in China.
That's my favorite.
That's your favorite
Escape
one.
from New York. He's done a lot of John Carpenter stuff.
I like. Oh yeah, Big Trouble in China. Sorry, Escape from New York. As
He's
well.
brilliant in Big Trouble.
I think this is great. I think
it's amazing.
because he's afraid. Like he has fear. In the other movies, he's like a hero.
That's a 10 out of 10.
It's the kind of film that you like. You could confidently recommend this to anyone, and you know that they'd like it.
Yeah,
There's very few films.
Yeah.
And even out of the films I picked, like this is the first I think you could recommend to anyone.
I think even people,
movie of the day.
there's some people out there that don't like horror movies, that they just can't hack horror movies. I still think they would get some enjoyment out of this movie. It is gory, it is scary, but
I think it's the most universal movie of the day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think there's films in my bundle I think that I would place over this, and still one that I have left that I think is a better film than this.
You think? No, it's definitely the best movie here for me today.
I love it.
Love it. Classic.
Yeah, that's my one.
Better. Okay. Now, what did I pick last? The Time Machine. Well, I've got an older film and then I've got another 80s movie. So I don't want to do the older one first because it looked like I'm just doing old movies. So I'm going to bring back Schwarzenegger. I was going to say the Terminator. So I have picked The Running Man.
Nice.
This is also from 1987, same as the RoboCop.
Same age as me.
Paul Michael Glazier. Do you know who directed it? You know who Paul Michael Glazier is?
No.
Starsky out of Starsky and Hutch.
Oh,
He
nice.
directed this.
He directed
Going
that.
by this, unless it's another one. I might have to copy that there. So this is obviously...
Santa Claus and Joey watch, man. It's
Christmas.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas kind of thing. Yeah.
Was this? I've not seen this in a good while. This was the first Jesse Ventura and
Arnie
Yeah.
team up. So this was before Predator.
I think so. Yeah, it must be.
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
Who's Jesse Ventura?
The wrestler, he was in Predator. The guy with the cowboy hat.
The
and wrestler.
congressman and then the
Yeah,
conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
But yeah. Once again, futuristic fucking setting where prisoners are thrown into a game show system rather than Squid Games. Like it's there's a lot of movies.
Was this the first of them?
That's what I'm thinking. It's the first one that I know of.
I never put the link of
Unless
this in
there's-
Squid
unless
Games.
there's
I'm so
70s.
stupid, but I never actually
Really?
put the link. I never just
This Hunger Games, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless there's 70s
But definitely
sci-fi
Royals,
movies, unless there's 70s ones that had this, but I think this was one of the first.
Yeah,
Definitely was.
definitely, yeah.
So in getting rid of criminals and putting them into a game.
Yeah.
Was there one with Stallone? No.
You're thinking of Demolition Man, yeah?
Oh
that's
yeah,
different.
probably them. Yeah, I just remember the start of them being put into cryogenics.
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that.
that is Demolition Man.
Could have done Demolition Man.
Could
today. That was a
I thought of
brilliant
Demolition
movie.
Man. I thought of it. I
got
could have
so
done that
many
against.
one-liners.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think
It's fun though.
Yeah, it's
Could have done that
really
instead
good.
of fucking signs.
So yeah, you could have. So Running Man, Richard Bachman book, Stephen King, or novel, but great, absolutely great film
This is top 5
for you.
Schwarzenegger for me. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I love it. I love.
What's your top 5 Schwarzenegger then?
But first, I love the impact this had on culture, like the video games that come out afterwards. I know I talk about video games a lot.
Yeah. You like video games, don't you?
Yeah. Super Smash TV or Smash TV.
Yeah.
Like, it is this film. There was a level on, not Another World. It is Another World. That was based on this,
right?
And like just the impact that this had.
Yeah.
Top 5 Schwarzenegger films. This.
Well, but first of all, before you go into that, I think as well, what makes this unique as well, and something you touched on about the 80s, that it was like a decade that nothing was questioned. The look of this movie, the color in this movie, the cheesiness in it.
It's very game show.
But the cheesiness, the color, the kind of. I'm not gonna use the word goofy because there's nothing goofy about it, but the kind of the lightheartedness with the real dark undertones, just is not questioned because it's an 80s movie. You couldn't do it nowadays.
Yeah, and some cameos in it as well. Mick Fleetwood's in it from Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
What do you call him, man? Dweezil Zappa, Frank Zappa's son's in it as well, a guitar player. But it's just a great fun movie. Like you know what I mean. There is so much rewatching in this again. Like with all the characters.
It's
a bit like.
Yeah.
I wonder was Gladiator based on this, the TV series Gladiators as well. You know, that sort of game show. But you know what I mean?
Can you feel the power
like,
of the
you know
gladiators?
The way these guys have got all these names like the Iceman in it, and what was the big guy with the electric bulbs? He just fucking.
There's no Iceman in Gladiator.
No, in this there is. But you know what I mean? They had like wrestlers. They had titles in the game show in this same way that the guys do.
Everyone just thinks of Wolf.
But yeah.
Who was your favorite gladiator?
Hunter.
Jet.
Yeah. Jet Calders. But yeah, banging movie, full of rewatchability. I love that word.
Yeah.
But
it's your word of the
classic.
day, isn't it?
It's one of the best Schwarzeneggers for me as well. Peter's still looking up for
Peter is still looking.
Okay, it's not Another World.
He doesn't remember any Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It'll come back to me. I can't remember the
Kindergarten Cop.
Serious. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching that today.
John Kimball. My favourite Arnie film is definitely Predator.
Yeah.
Okay.
4th favourite film ever. If I had to do a list.
Go on.
So there you go.
Okay, so my next film, Curveball, but again, it's another kind of child favourite film for me. Sci-fi. I just love elements of this. Like it is probably the worst film in my batch, but I love it.
No,
not
it's
for me,
class,
it's not.
man. It's
Oh,
great.
nice.
It's great.
Is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh, it's so
Love it.
good. So good.
I also like Bogus Journey, but
Yeah.
this is the film.
No, I think
Yeah.
that's
Just the kind of
fantastic film.
the sci-fi part of this is really hokey and stupid, and it's very, very 90s. But
When was it? 1991.
I would say this is probably 89, 90.
Yeah,
I think.
I think so.
I remember when this came out, I watched it about 4
It
times.
says
in 1 week.
1987. It
kept
can't be
renting-
1987.
1987?
Yeah, it can't be.
No, that seems a bit early.
Yeah.
We rented this out and we just watched it about 4 or 5 times before we had to bring it back, and then we get it again. We watched it about another 4 times.
Unbelievable soundtrack of this movie. I have the soundtrack at home.
Unbelievable soundtrack. George Carlin in this. Fucking
So
fantastic
Rufus.
as Rufus.
Rufus.
Yeah. What's there to be said? Like, it is.
It's fun. It's funny, and it's
Well,
still good. Like
one of the most quotable lines is, "Hey Ted, this is a history report, not a babe report. Bill,
just kidding.
those are some historical babes."
It's complete stupid shit.
Oh, it's
but-
class.
But it's fun.
It has kind of cross pollination. Talk about Iron Maiden in this.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Put them in the Iron
Oh
Maiden.
yeah. Dude,
Yeah, I like the kind of the future. Go into that kind of like the future is just not what you'd imagine it to be.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't do like it's the probably cheapest way to produce future.
Yeah.
But it's still amazing. And then the kind of the importance put on something is kind of frivolous as kind of their garage rock.
Yeah. I love when they bring them all to the future, and none of the people they bring to the future just question anything.
Yeah.
Like Napoleon with the ice cream.
Yeah.
Or what's the Greek
Ziggy
dude?
Pig.
Ziggy Piggy.
You know the Greek dude is
Socrates.
Yeah.
So is it Socrates?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
what
he's
I
just
mean.
they just
Socrates.
yeah he just doesn't say anything. Yeah. Oh, it's class.
Did you watch the third film?
Yes.
I have.
What do you think?
I didn't like it.
I haven't watched it yet, man.
It's just
Can't.
it's older actors trying to do the same characters, and then you had your woman Samara Weaving. She's one of his daughters in it, and she's trying to do it. It's just I can't watch this.
Oh yeah, I did fucking watch it.
Fucking
It's terrible,
nah,
man.
it's
Yeah.
nasty.
And I like Samara Weaving. I think she's a fantastic
but
actor.
she was terrible in that because she's just trying to be a bodacious babe, and it's just bullshit. Like,
Dude.
it's really bad.
And I know the bit when they're fighting
That's
on this,
fucking class.
when they're rescuing the babes, and they're fighting. He's in the suit of armor,
Yeah.
and he gets thrown down the stairs, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, Bill, no, and then he's like, I'm okay, dude. I fell out of my seat, and that's just how that.
Yeah, and it's really there's a real like shoddy cut as well.
It's so.
I think the kind of catching up and kind of having to kind of repeat time loops and stuff to meet each other and stuff.
Yeah, it's very clever.
Like yeah,
It's
it is.
very
extremely
cleverly
clever.
done. I love having to do with time travel, obviously.
Yeah,
I picked them early.
same.
But I love when they jump back into different periods, and the
Yeah.
fact that they're bringing people back to ours as well.
Yeah.
It's just fun. It's
Fix-
Oh, and they've
great,
Joan of Arc as well.
Yeah.
I forgot Joan of Arc. Yeah.
But even using like the phone box
Beethoven.
and stuff like
Genghis Khan, isn't it as well?
Genghis Khan,
Yeah.
Beethoven.
yeah,
Oh yeah, Beethoven in the music
Yeah,
shop
go
with
crazy.
the keyboards.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham
Yeah.
Lincoln. Fourscore. Very good.
Yeah.
Great,
That's brilliant. I love
movie,
it.
great
Absolutely
movie.
love it.
I love.
Do you think it's better than Weird Science?
Yes.
Oh
100
yeah,
times.
oh by far,
100
yeah,
times.
100 times better. Yeah, I don't get me. Weird Science is great, but I would watch this. I could watch this movie over and over again.
It looks great in 4K too.
What do you think to Bogus Journey?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
Oh, I
The
think this.
soundtrack was great.
I think this is a much better movie. Than
Oh, that's far better.
than
Yeah.
Bogus Journey.
Yeah.
I think
This
so
was
too.
this was out before Bogus Journey, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah,
I
it's
still I think it's a really good sequel.
Oh
It
yeah,
is,
yeah,
yeah.
But as far as like, definitely goes down that trajectory of sequel not being as good as the original.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a hard act to follow.
Yeah.
It really
Definitely was.
but they went totally different.
Yeah,
Like,
and
new
I
mechanic,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't a rehash of the same film.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I do love it.
Don't need
Fantastic.
to make the third one.
Definitely applaud that
Definitely
one.
don't need to make the third one. The third one is shit. Right, Dwayne, your last movie.
My last movie is.
Fucking box set.
It's your fucking box set. I'm not gonna. Yeah, hold that there.
You're not going to explain it. Oh, snap.
Did you take it out there, Martin?
Oh,
What is
Jesus.
that? Is that?
It's the Blu-ray and the
Oh,
4K.
yeah. Well,
I don't know why you're
soundtracks.
taking this out.
Because I have to show people. Predator 2.
After all that, Predator 2.
Predator 2. Now
Okay.
this is a little bit of a
Curveball.
curveball. I couldn't think of the word. A monkey in the wrench. Predator 2.
Monkey in the wrench.
A little bit of a monkey in the wrench.
Is that a Boney M song?
No. Monkey in the wrench. You said Boney M, man.
Is that a Foo Fighter song?
A fly. Yeah. A fly in the ointment. A monkey in the wrench.
Yeah.
A Boney M song.
I'll hold this for you.
Yes, Predator 2. Will always and forever love Predator. It's such a good sci-fi movie. An awful lot of people, as you pointed out, did not like the sequel. I like it. I think Danny Glover. You like the sequel, did you?
I like the sequel, yeah.
Yeah. I think Danny Glover. Danny Glover.
His cousin.
Danny Glover is just, as far as heroes go, I think he is just so much of a superior hero than Arnold Schwarzenegger in the first movie.
Right.
I think he is so much more badass. I think he's so much more serious. I think even though it's set in LA, I think, and like it's almost nearly,
LA, yeah.
It's almost nearly like a dystopian LA.
Bill
like
Paxton again.
There's so many there's so much crime. There's a huge added element of crime. It's almost dystopian with how much shit is going on in LA at the time, you know.
Yeah.
And
it's
then
a very kind of RoboCop-ish city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And of course the Predator alien lands there to pick a rival and chooses Danny Glover, and hilarity ensues. But it's not as like the first one is just like beefcake macho fucking what's the male hormone?
Testosterone.
Testosterone. I can't think of that. Yeah, thank you.
Why are you asking me?
It wasn't just me.
Anyway, yes, but it also goes into the lore of the Predator lore. Like you know, he finds out more where it not even where it came from, but there's a nod to another movie in it as well.
Yeah.
But I just think Danny Glover's badass, even in like, just for an example of another movie, which is like obviously a buddy cop / comedy, which is Lethal Weapon. Fucking my brain is gone. He's still serious in it. He's still kind of serious in it, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what my favourite things is?
What?
It's an adjacent fact. It's nothing to do with Danny Glover. But you know the rapper / actor / musician Donald Glover?
Yeah.
You've heard of Donald Glover, have you?
No.
He had like a Twitter account or a handle, so one of the social media things.
Yeah.
But he called himself Don Glover because someone already had taken Donald Glover. I think it might have even been his dad.
Right.
And then he had it for a couple of years, but he didn't realise that when you read it, like, as one word, it says Dong Lover.
Oh,
Dong
Dong
Lover.
Lover.
So he had like his handle for a long time was Dong Lover.
Dong Lover. It's like Penn Island.
Yeah.
Penn Island? Did you ever visit Penn Island?
No.
PennIsland.com.
What's
Spell
that?
it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Penisl.
I'd like that.
I don't have
Penn
one,
Island.
sorry. I mean...
Martin knew straight away what I was talking about, didn't
Yeah.
you? You dirty little boy.
Well, I was on the same wavelength.
What is
I was
that?
reading it.
What is Penis Island?
Penis Island. It's an island of penises. Anyway, Danny Glover. I just think he's a much better badass than Arnold Schwarzenegger. I actually think if him and Arnold Schwarzenegger fought, Danny Glover would win.
Yeah.
I just think so. He's just dangerous.
Yeah.
Way more dangerous.
I think why the first one is better. It's just a better movie, full stop.
Yeah.
Better location as well for Predator.
I think this does the classic sequel thing though, where it makes the enemy less imposing and easier to kill. Like the first film, it seemed like it was against all odds.
I suppose. Yeah.
And then you get to the second film, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the kind of. Did you watch the recent
Prey?
film? Yeah.
Yeah, I like Prey.
And it's like, but now they can flip and kill him with like stones and
Yeah.
flipping sticks.
Ewoks.
Funny enough, I was going to do Prey,
Right.
and I thought to myself, out of all the Predator movies, Predator 2 is a better movie than Prey. And I just, but Predator 2, and I would watch Predator when it's on TV. But Predator 2, I just enjoy. I think it's a fun movie. I just think it's good crack to watch.
I can see why I like it.
And even like, and I know what you're saying. They tried to make it
Fist fighting and stuff.
yeah,
with them.
but that the Predator is easier to kill, and I suppose they tried to, even to send in the kind of the SWAT team to try and kill him as well, and it kills all them.
Yeah.
And why? And I suppose when you look at it, why does Danny Glover keep on getting away? And but it's because he's chosen him to.
Like, I don't understand the lore of Predator. Like, I like the first film. Like, it's possibly top 5.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger. But like, is that a weaker alien? Like, is that Predator like a weaker version? Is it like a race, or is there a reason why it's such like a wimp compared to the first Predator?
No, I think that's down to the filmmakers.
Yeah,
like,
I think so,
I think
yeah.
that they're just all fucking.
Of course,
whatever, headhunters.
My favourite line is when he's hanging off the building and he's looking up and Predator has his mask off and Danny Glover goes, "Fuck you, pussy face." It's just one of the best lines ever.
Yeah.
Did you ever play any of the Predator video games?
I was going to say,
so.
have you ever looked into? I mean, never mind.
I don't think so.
There's a really good
not a big gamer,
C64.
like.
Yeah.
I think if it had Alien versus Predator game or something.
Yeah.
I hated Alien.
On the Atari Jaguar, that's a fucking serious game.
Yeah.
I hated Alien
But
versus Predator.
Predator 2, when I rewatch it, I'm sort of getting to the midpoint, you know, after the first kind of ritualistic killings where he's hanging them up and all that.
Yeah.
And then I get bored. I just keep saying to myself, I've seen this. This is just, it's not doing enough for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
like
Whereas the first one is just, it's just better one lines and better everything.
The first one is like a slow burner as well. You know
Jesus, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, in the sense of like, there's plenty of scenes that.
What about
quiet.
What about the one, the Adrian Brody one? Have you seen them?
I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
Is this in
It's
this?
called Predators.
Predators. It's actually not that bad.
I'm not a fan.
Morpheus is in it. Lawrence Fishburne, and there's a decent cast. It's not bad.
Didn't they do another one as well after that?
They done, yeah.
Oh, it's
I
terrible.
have it. It was pretty shit. One of them was really shit.
That's the one
Kind of
that it's they tried to do.
It's about a kind of group of guys in a bus, like a military bus.
Yeah.
And they're being chased.
And it's like
so
it's like a lead on from the Adrian Brody one.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
Flashback is the name of the game. That has a level based on
That just reminds me of a movie. Flashback.
Running Man.
Are you proud of yourself? For
Yeah, I remembered the studio, and then
You proud of yourself for just
That
something.
was a film with Kiefer Sutherland.
No, I didn't. I remember the name of the video game studio. Googled that, and then.
Okay.
You proud of yourself for
Right.
just ruining my movie?
I've got my last movie.
What movie was it?
I can't remember because it's forgettable, isn't it?
Okay.
Predator 2.
Predator. I think it was business class movie.
Okay.
Not first class.
I think it's nearly made for TV movie.
I love it. I think it's fun.
Yeah, it feels
in
like
parts,
that.
a lot of it is.
Straight
a
to
lot of
DVD.
it
It probably was straight to DVD, was it?
I'd kind of imagine
Maybe
it getting cinema
maybe
release.
I'm
straight to
biased because
VHS.
I'm a huge fan of Danny Glover.
Straight
I
to
just
Betamax.
think Danny Glover is the,
Dang.
Danny Glover.
Yeah.
I just think he's a good superhero.
Okay, my
I'm
final
just going to keep on
film.
interrupting Martin.
It's okay, no.
You think
No,
Danny Glover's a superhero?
I
Superhero.
think
Yeah.
he's just a superhero, yeah.
Right.
Mortar. Is it Mortar?
Yeah, Sergeant Martin.
Bollocks. That's what I get for
I'm
win-
too old. Well, as
for
Martin
win-
said, I'm too old for this shit. And that right,
too old for this shit. Yeah. Anyway, my last film is another oldie classic from the 70s. So I picked the classic. Another film that I would have watched
Absolute bastard.
over and over again when I was young. 1973's Westworld with the old Brenner.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
No, have you not?
I keep saying to you, how have you not seen it? But James, I had to look there. I couldn't remember your man's name. James Brolin's the main character in this film. You know James Brolin from Amityville,
Right.
the father in
I
Amityville.
can't picture him.
That's not him. That's not him. You just
Not
have.
there.
He's got a beard. But yeah.
I
So
have a
once
beard.
again, it's a bit like Total Recall. I think Total Recall might have spawned from this.
Okay.
Because this is where people are paying for holidays, vacations, but instead of Total Recall where they're implanting it, you're actually going to this. So they've created three worlds: medieval world, Roman world, and of course Westworld, where everybody's. Did you watch the TV series? of this?
No, because I felt
It's
you would have to watch it.
absolutely fucking amazing.
Westworld,
series,
Michael
TV
Crichton.
series.
Michael Crichton as well, who done Jurassic Park. He wrote
wrote this, yeah. But the TV series is amazing. But this is brilliant. So this is it's about two guys, two kind of business guys. One of them has been to Westworld before. He brings
Businessmen.
his friend. Yeah, I think they are. I mean, it's rich people that can afford to go to Westworld. So he brings them. They go to Westworld. You don't know who's real and who isn't because the robotics are so good. So the one guy's been there before. So the two lads are there.
It's not like a trip. It's like
You actually go to it. You go on a train. You go into this world
right,
and
okay.
you can make out with the women in it and everything. The robots.
There's episodes of Red Dwarf that are like that.
Yeah. But I'm telling you,
his
this
face in that.
spawned so much stuff. It did.
Martin,
I wonderfully
you can go to a
enjoyed the
restaurant and
fancy
you can
great
ride
stuff.
the women.
I didn't.
Is that what you said?
That's strange because you can make out. Are you a 15-year-old American girl? You can make out with the women.
Anyway,
Make love to these hookers.
there is
Yeah.
there is a problem with
Jesus
one of the
Christ.
robots being the man in black, and so this guy starts chasing them, trying to kill them. He's killing people all over the place.
Right.
And they end up going through all the other worlds, fighting and stuff, and that. It's just a great action movie. And you know when if 1973, I would have seen this probably when I was 10 and 83. And,
Really?
you know, it sticks in your brain because you think, Jesus, can that happen? Like, you know, robots, like, you know what I mean? Because robots weren't a thing then.
You're looking
back
at the
in the
Hoover.
old days, we had only a Casio calculator. Look, trying to break into
Word
the pentagram.
shell.
You're right, the word shell.
Break into the pentagram. Break into the Pentagon.
Yeah. You can
But,
imagine your mother putting on the kettle. No, ma'am, no.
Yeah.
I love it. Michael Crichton, James Brolin. I'm trying to see anybody else in it. Richard Benjamin, that's him there. But yeah, it's a great movie. It spawned so much TV shows, movies, everything.
There's a lot of yours I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I feel really uncultured and.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I was trying to think of another movie there that this spawned, but yeah.
Is it better than Signs?
Yeah.
I just feel really stupid.
Signs isn't terrible, but it's just not great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just not great. But Yul Brynner, as you know from The Magnificent Seven, he's great in this.
Oh, cool, yeah.
He's really cool. So it's a great movie. I love it. That's my last one.
Cool.
I went for older stuff because they're more nostalgia for me. Like, modern sci-fi, you could have went for Gravity or Star Wars or your
Gravity.
Alien franchise or
And you're old.
Well, before I mention my end, my ending flick.
Oh.
What would be a couple of quick honourable mentions in this? Because this is a list I think people will be disappointed with if we don't mention.
Okay, right.
I think
Anybody?
Just names, like we don't have to.
Alien, obviously. Alien.
Yeah.
And Aliens, the sequel.
Yeah.
Nothing else after
Star Wars: New Hope.
Yep.
Star Wars 4.
Mine, They Live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think that could have easily have replaced any of those films.
Yeah. Trying to think.
A lot of people, I don't like it. A lot of people like Eternal
Inception.
Sunshine,
love
Spotless Mind.
yeah.
I don't. Is that what it's called? Spotless Mind.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm not a fan of it, but that's technically a sci-fi.
Back to the Future.
Forbidden
Back
Planet.
to the Future, yeah.
Oh, Back to the Future. Yeah. Forbidden Planet. I love.
Yeah.
Because it's old.
But maybe there'll be another film, another video on these films.
The Earth Stood Still with
Oh,
Keanu Reeves.
yeah, I love that. And the
Not
original.
that one. The original one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the one with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments your favourite sci-fi movies.
And I'm not saying these films
Matrix.
are better than these, but these are some that not quite as big a name. One obvious omission from this list is Blade Runner, which is one of the best films of all time.
Yeah.
But I actually think this film is better than the original.
I haven't seen that.
I think this is possibly the best sequel that I can think of.
Of any
Any film.
Any genre.
Any film.
Okay.
I think this is probably the best sequel, and that's Blade Runner 2049. I think this is...
It's fun. It's amazing. I love it.
I think this... When I said I think there's a film better than The Thing, I think this is the film.
Really? Now, I can't say much on this because I watched Blade Runner when I was like probably about 11.
Yeah.
Okay? I have not watched Blade Runner since.
Yeah.
For some reason, it keeps on just slipping through my fingers. I just haven't rewatched it. And as a result, I've never watched this. I don't know.
I know people that have watched this that haven't seen
Oh,
Blade
okay.
Runner, and they still think this is amazing.
Okay.
It's a slow burner.
Okay. It's Jared Leto in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's amazing in it.
Cult leader.
There is no one in this film that I don't think, like I can't see who would be a better replacement for it.
He's at the top.
Yeah, it's them talking to you rather than the camera, and you've got me hemmed in really close here.
I know.
I fucking bashed each of me funny bones. Fucking thing.
I think that, like, I can't think of anybody that was miscast in this. There's a wrestler in this called
Batista.
that's his name.
Oh, your man that's in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He is amazing. Like it is like like I don't think I've seen, like, he's only in it for a period of time. I can't think of a better.
They all are.
They all
that's true. Yeah. Like, he's in it for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's really good in it.
But I think that is the best kind of. This is the best acting I've ever seen from a wrestler.
Yeah.
And that includes
Roddy Piper.
No, that includes Roddy Piper. Like, it is real emotional weight, and it's just this big fucking beefcake or whatever.
Better than The Rock in The Mummy 2.
I've not seen The Mummy 2. But
that's the Scorpion King.
Has The Rock ever been in a really good film? Like, where he's delivered a really good performance?
Jumanji. No, I'm messing.
I'm not saying that in like an edgy way. Like, I just don't know. I think Ryan Gosling, fantastic. I
really like Ryan Gosling as an actor. I think he's good anyway.
Yeah.
It's a perfect movie. Like, modern sci-fi movies, it and Dune have to be the best too.
Yeah.
And it's a slow burner too.
I seen this in 3D in the cinema.
Nice.
And like, it was.
How long is that film?
About 3 hours, I think.
More.
Is that water for me? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's free.
No, it's not.
It's free. You might pay for it. Like you could pause this film at any point, and it's like you have it's like a piece of art. Like you could pause it anywhere, and it's something you can hang on your wall. It's just the most.
You need to see it in 4K. I will usually see it in 3D, but in 4K it's just. Wow.
It's the most beautiful film, I think,
really
for sci-fi. Like it's just fantastic, and it's really emotionally weighted. And you watch this story, like it is. I don't want to give anything away.
No, of course, no, because I really this film I do want to.
If you're going to watch any movies over Christmas, rewatch part one. Rewatch Blade Runner, and watch this.
I think
not be disappointed.
I think being like 10, 11 is too young for Blade Runner. Because like you might enjoy it, but you're not going to get it. I can't remember a bit of it, and I just never watched it again. I don't know why.
It's not for a younger Marvel audience. This is real sci-fi. You know, it's real.
That might be my favourite film of the last decade.
Really,
like I rate it that highly.
Yeah, I'd put it up.
And when you say like obviously they use CGI and different effects, but they're really good effects.
Amazing.
Oh, it's just
like totally amazing. Like it is
well done.
Even if you just watch it for the cinematography, you'll just be impressed and you think it's an amazing movie.
Cool. Like
It's class.
That's on my list of Blade Runners for Christmas.
Yeah. Watch this. Like you're probably gonna. You're not a slow burner kind of guy though, are you? Like
I do. Like it depends. If the story is good, I do slow burn.
It is. Like
I'm gonna watch Dune 1 and 2 because I haven't seen 2 yet back to back. If you want to cut up, it's probably about 8 hours of.
Yeah.
8 hours of Marty.
Yeah, but it's about 6.
Do you ever go to the cinema and you watch a film and you think, I'm fucking glad I went to the cinema to watch this?
Yes.
And then Insidious The Red Door. Number 1.
but like this was a real like I rated that highly. That this film I was in there. It's like I'm so glad I didn't wait for the DVD to come out or whatever. I'll watch it at home because I just thought, fuck it, it'll be out on the streaming services in 2 months.
Yeah,
like
if it's 3 hours, you'll come out and you'll go, do you know what? I'm fucking glad I watched that, despite the fact it was 3 hours, because it was worth every second.
It doesn't feel like 3 hours to me, and I've watched it, and I've rewatched it, and I've rewatched it, and I still think.
And you still after
I'm
rewatching
not going to watch it tonight, but I am going to rewatch it.
That's really cool.
That's what I might do. Remember I was saying I was watching trilogies. I might just do the 2 of those because that's it's stunning.
I think it is a real modern masterpiece. Like it is first rate.
Yeah, cool.
So definitely.
Yeah,
great movie to finish it on.
Cool. Yeah. I that's on my list.
So class stuff. Some great movies. Yeah.
So Marty, it's nearly Christmas, man.
Okay.
What do you think? Are we going to do a Christmas theme?
Well, we let people tell us in the comments. We love the comments section. Yeah. Should we do some Christmas? Not our favourites, but we'll just have a general talk about Christmas.
Yeah.
The good side of Christmas movies, the downside of it, which is most of it.
Yeah.
And just what we think of Christmas movies in general. So we'll do a video next weekend, end of the week or that, before the Christmas. And then I was thinking of another video that we're talking about our favourite films. This is my favourite film of all time. We should do our top 5 movies of all time. One.
Oh yeah. That'd take me.
It's a tough one. But
that would take me a year to write the list.
I know mine straight away.
Are we going to give
That's why I did it.
Will we give each other a present on
the next video? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Movie related present.
I want to get something for you guys.
Right, we'll draw a secret Santa and then
between 3 of us.
Between 3 of us.
Yeah.
No,
we'll just rock, paper, scissors. Hang on.
We'll go that way round.
Okay.
Or we'll go that way round.
For what? Rock, paper, scissors.
This is for who loses or wins, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
How does that work?
It's not 3 of us. It's not
you get for Marty. Marty gets for me. I get for you.
I get for Marty. Okay.
And I get for you.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
So I get from Martin.
Okay.
Martin.
Yeah, what are we going to get? We'll show you on the next video. At the end of the next video for the crack.
Shopping in Calvin Town.
Yeah.
Going to Deals.
This is Dwayne's strong suit.
Will we go to Deals?
Oh, what's the budget?
Look, I'm not going to be a Calvin man, so you choose the budget, right? Money's no obstacle.
You have to explain what that means to people who don't live in Ireland.
What?
Because they don't know the Calvin man.
The Calvin man. Yeah, no, they often reckon that the Calvin man is very tight with his money, tight-fisted.
Yeah,
And that'd be similar to.
Yeah, obviously, he's very tight with money.
We're very generous. We're very generous people, but
absolutely.
We're no.
So we'll do a £10 budget. Everything has to be bought in Deals.
Are you living on a scale in
€10?
€10 budget. Everything has to be bought in
£10,
Deals.
like it has to weigh £10.
Yeah, so you have to go to Deals, spend £10. Easy.
All right then.
Nice.
Yeah, big good crack. That's it, guys. Let us know in the comments what you think of our movies and what we thought of them and what sci-fi movies we may have missed.
We missed lots.
We missed lots, but I'm sure we know a lot more. These weren't our favourites. These were just ones that we like. And just to mention, like, you know, a bit of chat about.
Blade Runner is a favourite though. Give
yeah,
that a watch.
Fantastic. Absolutely amazing film.
Bye.
See you later.
See you later, guys.
Cheers.